Greetings, conscious entrepreneurs, and welcome to the hottest show on Instagram Live. That's the MOEToday Series on Black Muslim businesses. We're so excited to bring you this series. This has been amazing. Let me tell you something. Y'all are so hot that people are looking to buy the network. They want to get with the show. They want to buy the directory. We're building this thing up because Black Muslim businesses have something to say and something to offer to the world. And what we do is we introduce much needed goods and services into our communities that solve world problems. So, walaikum salam, Brother Jamil, Brother Lamont. I thought I'd come on a few minutes early. We're going to be talking today with our sister Latasha. Soon as she gets on, we'll, give people a chance to come into the room. Let me put a few things up here for y'all. One is, if you have not signed our petition of support, 19 Rush 95, welcome. Tanny Adesay, Sean writes, welcome. Please do. We are celebrating. We've come a very long way with the renovation and restoration of the Elijah Muhammad House Museum. We are very close to the finish line, and we are also celebrating being nominated for inclusion on the National Historic Registry. So I'm going to put this link in the chat. There you go. That's for you to sign. And then I'm going to also put in here, some of y'all don't like to go through websites and stuff to donate. So I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you our Cash App, and you can donate a couple dollars that way. It's funny how people are like, I don't do websites for donations and things like that. And that's cool. That's very, very cool. All right. So there we are today. We're going to just pin that so that you can see it. There's all kind of ways you can support. You can donate a couple dollars, just Cash App it to us at MOEToday, or you can purchase your commemorative Elijah coin. Okay, good morning, Mom. You can purchase your commemorative Elijah coin. This is made of, listen now, y'all listen real good, because somebody said that I don't say this enough and they didn't know. This coin right here is made of recycled copper from the messenger's home. Okay, copper from the messenger's home. Copper that we took down off the gutters and the downspouts. We melted it at 1,983 degrees Fahrenheit. We shaped it and molded it and created these commemorative coins. So the same energy in this copper is the same energy that came through that house to touch the Lamb of God. Look, it don't get no better than that. So here you go to sajdahouse.com. Put in the discount code HEM4847. You can get you a commemorative Elijah coin. We want you to sign the petition. And when people hear the word petition, oftentimes they think petition because you're protesting something. This is a petition of support, a petition of celebration. Did you know that September 22nd, which is when the nomination is going to be discussed, is the 90th year anniversary of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's service to us and our community? 90 years on to the day. And we're being nominated for the National Historic Registry. So I'm so excited. Our sister is going to be joining us soon. I hope you've been tuning into our series. We've been talking about big stuff, right? There she is. We've been talking about the mindset that we need to have when we are doing big things. So scroll through the timeline, check out those mental strategies. Big things require big mindset, big decisions, big moves, big relationships, big businesses. Just facing something big, something that maybe you just didn't want to face, requires that we have a certain mindset. So our sister Latasha is about to come in here and join us in a few minutes. And so we're going to talk about her business. This is Latasha Muhammad 77. You all can see her here in the chat. She just waved at us, and I just clicked accept for her to join us. There she is. And I'm going to be bringing her in as soon as Instagram decides to do it. Anyway, come on in the room. Come on, come on. Let me just invite you, sis. Maybe that's it. Oh, there she is. There she is. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm fine, by Allah's grace. Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Wonderful, sis. I just fell in love with your products, and I said, I got to have this sister on to promote what it is that she's doing. This sister creates some of the most amazing lifestyle products, and I'm going to let her tell us about it. I'm not going to steal her thunder, but Sister Latasha caught my eye, plus being a member of the Black Muslim Business Directory. And y'all know this is the hottest show on IG Live, right? The hottest series on IG Live. She caught my eye because I said, look at this sister. She's got some beautiful, she had this cup with the Vanguard on the front. I was like, gotta have that for my coffee talk, because you know we forever Vanguard around here. Walaikum salam, dear brother. She had all kind of t-shirts. So I want to introduce to you all Sister Latasha Muhammad. Now, I told y'all we got some of the baddest and best business people in the world right here on the Black Muslim Business Directories that are Black Muslims. Why? Because of our integrity, the products we put out, the problems we look to solve, how we serve our community, how we introduce much needed goods and services into our community, and most importantly, our integrity as conscious entrepreneurs. So welcome, Sister Latasha.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All praises due to Allah.
Yes,
ma'am.
Tell me about your business. How'd you get started? And tell everybody, because I want everybody to go out and get your stuff. It's just beautiful. Look, and even if you ain't a Muslim, you can still get her stuff. You can still rap.
Yes, they can. Praise to Allah. Yes, ma'am. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, merciful, our benevolent, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger. So I greet everyone the greetings of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Salam, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We bear witness with you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, how I eventually got started. Well, like I am originally from Memphis. No, that's where I started from. Where I came into Nation Inn at the age of 16. Prostitute, I was 15, but I came in, I was 16.
Come on now.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a Moss number 55 in Memphis, Tennessee. Now I'm in my 74 in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Naptown, Flow, 74. You know, that's my original home mosque.
Yes, ma'am. All praise be to Allah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess, you know, Allah, He knows like where He wants you to be placed. So, but starting like how I came about with that, I have been doing graphic design since like basically like 2001. School for graphic designs, and from that, you know, I started like doing like flyers. I worked with several businesses. I was working with newspapers, local newspapers, and everything with graphic design. And how I came up like with the idea of like what I'm doing now, by the grace of Allah. A lot of it started during the pandemic.
Yeah,
it started during the pandemic in 2020.
Yeah.
And I remember Minister Louis Farrakhan, he was saying, I think Savior's Day 2020, he had mentioned, he was talking about Kobe Bryant that was in Detroit, and he was saying how, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but how you like to leave your mark on the world. You know, whatever it is that you do, you know, whatever you do, you know, you want to leave that mark on the world. Like if something was to happen today, what will someone remember you by? And I was like, you know, being that I had gifts, you know, and talents, you know, because I write poetry, runs with the graphics designs, and so the name of the business, I thought about it was like the reason I titled it "Queen is I" because that was the name. It was actually the name of a poem I did. Of a poem, and so I was like, you know, name is Queen is I, and so like I started with the doing like the shirts, like the mugs, and I did like.
So you're a poet?
Yes, ma'am.
You're a graphic designer.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you appear to be very spiritual and
Yes, ma'am.
very entrepreneurial and serious about doing for self, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so
Right.
you're saying to me that during the pandemic, you decided to turn what appeared to be a negative situation into a positive one so that you get something out of it. Is that what I'm
Yes, ma'am.
hearing?
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
that's
Yes.
a
Right.
beautifully spirited person that just really understands how spirituality works. We got to make lemons out of lemonade.
Right. Yes,
And
ma'am.
in this day and time, as you know, sis, that anything we put our mind to, that God is right there to be of service to us so that we can make a difference in a world that has counted us out, discounted us. And there's no other group of people that has this much national propaganda against it. I don't care if you turn on Netflix, I don't care if you turn on HBO, you turn on Amazon Prime, is some drama out there against us
Right.
and about us. And we are, I will venture to say, some of the most beautiful people that you will find in the world. We are not haters, we are not violent, and we really do have a history of over 90 years of service to our community. And so what I hear you saying is that you tapped into that and
Yes,
created
ma'am.
your business and a lifestyle brand to rep the culture that you are a part of and made a commitment to be a part of since you were 16 years old. Now, what I want you to do is tell us specifically about those products, not just the shirts, but tell me what's on the shirts, not just the mugs. Tell us what's on the mugs and whatever else
Okay.
you got.
Yes, ma'am. I have on the products. In 2009, I had like a brush, with death. By the grace of Allah, I know I came through that in 2009. And so from then I was using the slogan, because during that time it was like so many people that had been passing. Then, I love Michael Jackson, and he had passed in
Come on,
2009.
Michael Jackson.
Yes, ma'am. And so in
What's your
2009,
favorite Michael Jackson song, Sister Latasha?
I got too many
You
of
got
them.
too many? All right.
Yes, ma'am. Just about all of them.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I can listen to every one of them. But from that, I came up. It was a slogan called "Thank Allah, another day, another opportunity" that I came up with,
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like it's so fitting for today,
Mm-hmm.
with all the And so I came up with that slogan, and at the time, my sister, she was like, "You should put it on shirts." But things happen in time as time passed. But then like I said, I finally got a chance in 2020. I got a chance to put it on a shirt. Every day was a slogan. But this is one of the shirts that I have. But on the site, it has.
Thank God. Another day. Another opportunity. Thank God. Another day. Another opportunity.
Yes, ma'am.
Amen. Amen to that. Every day is another opportunity to start over, to begin anew, to go to that next level. That's beautiful, sis.
Yes, ma'am. And from then on, I put it on shirts and the mugs, and
You got mugs to show us?
if I have a free of them, I have one that I had posted, but this is for the MGT because I know I designed this myself in the program. This is one for
that's the one I ordered. Look at
this
that.
one from MGT. Praise be to Allah.
That's looking real Mother Tynetta-ish right there.
Yeah. This is one for the Vanguard. I think it's the one you might have seen. I also have one like for the FOI, and I have other mugs, like the Star and Crescent. And I had it. I also did it was like a little it was a little quote, another little quote that I did. And I had designed with God in mind because I wanted to keep God like in the center of what I do. And it was something. Because I have been watching like your show. Sometimes I go back and watch like the clips, and I have been following like your following like with what you're doing with Sarge the House.
Praise be to
And yes, ma'am. And I haven't followed. I was like one day, if we would have I know I would like to visit, but if not, I could go virtually online. Because I was telling my children about it. And I was thinking, and from looking at your shows about a week ago, and I said one day I'd like to be on that level, to be able, to be on the show, in the Mo universe. I had thought the thought, and so it was something how so I think it was Saturday when I was sent a request to come to be on MOEToday. And I was like, oh, praise the Lord. I was like, I had just started.
You just
But
manifested
I
that.
didn't
See,
think I was prepared.
I'm not
Yes,
joking. We tuned in, and that's what we're going to have to do as believers, is be able to tune into one another's thoughts. Because I didn't know you. I saw your mug and it touched my heart.
praise be to Allah.
I said, look at my sister making a lifestyle brand. Let me see what I can do to help her get some exposure. I want to offer you, my team afterwards will reach out to you
Yes, ma'am.
to give you a free business coaching session from me. I appreciate your support, but we tuned in, and that's what we have to be able to do, is think thoughts of positivity and thoughts of love, and allow one another. And we, next thing you know, will connect on this metaphysical network that will change the world.
Praise be to Allah. And it was something how I remember you also from, it was in the ABS tribe. It was and it's something how it was on the same day, because I was like, I remember her doing, it was like a question and answer you did, and the day was September the 15th, 2020. It was 1 year from today, and you were, and I remember taking a note.
1 year from today when we did.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at that.
Just the date of the note.
Ben.
Yes, ma'am. And it was you were talking about like being of service. It's like putting the money in the bank, you know what I'm saying, like being of service. It was so much we had talked about into like, pricing and the mindset. And I was thinking how, like the mindset, and I was noticing like your you called it mind of an entrepreneur. And I was thinking how, in ABS, it talks about, like getting your mind right, because it's like you can acquire all the things or money, whatever, but if the mindset is not right, you still won't be happy, you still won't be at peace, and you still won't, you still have issues until you get like your mindset right, get your mind clear and everything. And
how have you had to adjust your mind? Because I always say that the one thing I love about business, and I love about the fact that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us to get up and do something for ourselves, because a lot of people say, oh, well, he's talking about economic development. Yeah, that's a byproduct. But what he's really talking about is teaching us how to be who we need to be in order to attract what we want. See, business is just life.
Yes, ma'am.
And, the minister teaches us that, right?
Right.
Business is the process of life, if you will. I'm paraphrasing, but at the end of the day, you have to figure out who you need to be in order to attract all these opportunities. And then God will move through you when he sees that you're willing to submit. And so I want to ask you, how have you had to tweak your mindset, upgrade your mindset, adjust it in order to be an entrepreneur and to be successful and be promoting this beautiful lifestyle cultural brand that you're promoting?
Yes, ma'am. By the grace of Allah, I'm still continuing to work on self-improvement. And my mindset is like, to put out the positivity out there, like praying and fasting. That was a big part, praying and fasting. Going through Dianetics, still so many levels of improving the mindset, because sometimes you can hold on to baggage and things that drag us down. It's like we have to become mentally free in order to be able to move physically free. We have to be mentally free in order to be able to move physically and to do what Allah what Allah intends. And also I was thinking about Minister Farrakhan. He spoke to the cultural community, and I had to go and find it because I remember it was like some years ago, and he was saying how he was talking about the cultural community. And if I could read it right quick,
please.
It's not long. Yes, ma'am.
Please.
He was saying how today the culture of the cultural community is the community that can speak the loudest to change the human condition. So all of you that are artists, pursue your craft with diligence and devotion. And those of you who think that maybe your sculpture is not good, Van Gogh, I think the man died, never even knew what treasure he had created. And now one of his paintings is millions and millions and millions of dollars. So don't give up on your art. And when you leave this earth, which we almost do, he said, we left something behind that says we were here. And so when I got to thinking about that, I was like, okay, because sometimes we can be our own worst critic, and we look and we be like, okay, is what I'm doing good enough? It's like sometimes we feel like maybe what I've done or design on something I did, maybe it's not good enough. And sometimes we be a little too critical, like of our own things, and it's like constantly had to remind myself, okay, Allah had, Allah has, just like they say, step out in that faith. And I was listening to different brothers and sisters that have been successful, whether in the nation or not in the nation, of success, and they were saying how they started and how they even through it all, people may call them crazy. They had went through ridicule, they have been talked about, scorned, lied on, all sorts of things. And people tell them, oh, you need to just go ahead and get a job, those different success stories of people. But it's like they kept, they kept going. And then if you look at the level they are now, for instance, like Tyler Perry, like Steve Harvey, and then some of the sisters, I'm thinking like Keisha Cole, like listen to different success stories that people have been through.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's like if you allow someone to, if Allah gives you that vision or that dream, sometimes people can't see it, but but Allah knows the outcome, and it's like not allow someone to kill or abort that process. Or sometimes we allow fear. I know sometimes we allow fear and doubt to to destroy what Allah has for us to do. Mm-hmm. So all that, and I looking at all of that and getting my mindset together. Focusing more so on the positives. It's like we obviously see so much negatives that we lose focus of the positives. And I was like, I'm still growing. I'm still.
We all are, right? Is that we never get it done. We're never there. There's an infinite amount of wisdom out here. We have to work. I put in some type of spiritual labor and study every single day. And I have since I was a child. That is what I do. And it changes, but every day I'm putting in that labor. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan taught me to pay attention to those accelerated desires and suggestions and thoughts that come into my mind, because oftentimes that is Allah responding and coming through and trying to come through to use us. So continue to use your creativity, continue to love Allah, continue to introduce products out there that will remind our people of who they are. And that's what I saw when I saw your cups and your shirts. I said, this sister is reminding our people who they are in a fun, fashionable kind of way, right? Like, you like Michael Jackson, I like Michael Jackson and Prince too. People think because we're Muslims that we ain't fly and that we're not stylish and that we're not, creative. They think they watch The Godfather of Harlem and they think we just walk around in a white uniform every single day. Who wears their white every day, everywhere they go to the laundromat? And that ain't the real, y'all. So stop looking at that stuff saying that it's real. We are stylish, we are fashionable, we have all kind of different ways that we express ourselves, but we are covered and we're modest.
Right.
And so we want to teach you all too to give it a try. And to show you that, this media propaganda, if you're dumb enough out here to pay attention to it, then, maybe we give you a little coffee mug or a t-shirt. That'll kind of help you turn the corner and get off some of that ignorance. But listen, I always say that when I look at different designers, and I look at the products they create, They are no different from people like yourself. They just
Right.
have a distribution and they have a network. And guess what? You have a network as well. You
Yes,
have a
ma'am.
network in your family, in your close circle family around you, your brothers and sisters in the nation. You have a network as well.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you should be getting up in the morning. You are just as good but better because you have products that have a purpose as Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and any of these other people, these creative artists. You just have to keep creating, keep getting
Yes, ma'am.
better and better, and know that every day in every way you're getting better and better. And don't ever let anybody impede your progress, stagnate you, and don't impede or stagnate your own progress.
Right.
Don't
Yes,
worry
ma'am.
about, well, I don't look like this, or I don't believe like this, I don't dress like that. That doesn't matter because
Right.
God created you, sis.
Yes, ma'am.
He created you. And the way I'm looking at you on the screen, just like the way you're looking at me on the screen, is
Mm-hmm.
exactly what Allah wanted to say when He created you.
Right.
Your voice, your tone, your smile. Allah has something to say. And He said, I'm going to express it like this.
Right.
Y'all might call it Sister Latasha, but that's me.
Right.
And
Yes,
so
ma'am.
when you put that pen to paper, you start doing your graphic design, you stop for a minute and you call on Him, ask Him to use you. Allah, what would you like me to create? What's the next best thing for me to create? How can I expand this business that uplifts your name? And you have to keep that interpersonal conversation going with Him on every decision you make. I don't care if it's what color you decide to use when you make your next t-shirt. Allah, what color would you like me to make this in? And pretty soon, those things, He'll just start communicating and downloading to you like, oh, she's open, boom, boom, boom. And you won't even be
Right.
able to sleep. You'll have so many ideas.
Right. So, yes, ma'am. That's how it is. Because sometimes I go to sleep maybe about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Get up prepared and everything. But that's how it is. It's like I'm always trying to come up with more different ideas. Praying on it, and like to not give up on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tell us one of the challenges that you've had and how you've overcome it.
It relates to like business or
Yes.
okay, yes, ma'am. I say one of the challenges I had was is like trusting the process. Because sometimes I kind of like doubt the process, and it's like whenever that's like Allah keeps showing me, that I have you, that I have you. So I had to stop from down the process, and to let it go, because like I'm saying, to not abort whatever it is that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Break that
And
down
that's
for me, Sister Latasha. You said I had to trust the process, and then you went to Allah showing you, I have you. Break that down for me a little bit, because there are people out here who are struggling, and they said, well, Latasha said, trust the process. What does that mean? How did she know that she was distrusting the process? And then how did she recognize that Allah got her?
okay, because I recognize it was like and put things out, because sometimes it's like you have like, well, I know not you, but just speaking in general, how sometimes we can have like the fear of rejection or the fear of failing.
I had that too. Mm-hmm.
And so it's like we were only like doing so much because of the fear of falling, or the fear of not being successful, or sometimes the fear of, you have to get away from the fear of what others think, but also stagnates the growth. So I had, to trust in the process, like you said, to seek refuge in Allah, on so many levels. And I was saying, like with the year 2020, it allowed me to see so many things clearly. It allowed me to see, and I think it not just me, but so many others, it allowed to see so much clearly. It would say 2020 vision.
Mm-hmm.
That brought out a whole lot, and to see things unfold that have been discussed through time.
Let,
But
let me
I'm
say
speaking.
something, sis, because I just thought, so I just picked up on something. Some people are saying, what do we mean when we say seek refuge in Allah? You have to excuse me because I started off in the nation as the orientation teacher. So I always break everything down so people can get it. But they hear us say, seek refuge in Allah. And for me, that means what I just told you, constantly keeping Allah in communicate, staying in communication with him,
Right.
praying, going to him in prayer, seeking counsel. I've done that in my entire life, and I will tell anybody watching or anybody listening that it works. These teachings work. They will make
Yes.
you successful. They will make
Right.
you a civilized person. They will
Yes.
make you an example. They will make you wealthy. They will make you smart. They will make you everything that you desire. I promise you that. So
Yes,
when you
ma'am.
say,
So,
I sought refuge in Allah, a lot of people don't equate business with spirituality or business with religion. They criticize the messenger for saying do for self and appearing to tie business and religion together. But in fact, they're one. Right? It's part of the
right.
process. So when you say, as you're building your business and you're struggling, you're feeling doubtful, you probably had a few haters. So there, you probably ran across some things that you just didn't know how you were going to do. When you sought refuge in Allah, talk to the audience about what you said. What did that really mean for you? Like, were you on your knees? Were you at a point where you didn't know where your next dollar was going to come from, the printer of the t-shirt? Did your manufacturer close up? How did you have to seek refuge in Allah, and why?
Yes, ma'am. All of that, because I had got getting to a point like when you go through in life. Then I remember the minister, he was saying how birds eat, bees eat. They have somewhere to live. So it's like if a bird eats and a bee eats, then Allah has you. You have to trust that Allah got you, and not just pray, but also pray. And work on it. Because I remember how the messenger, how he was saying, the most honorable Muhammad, he was saying how he was talking about works, but he was talking about works in the regards of going out, getting out, going out in the community and doing work as far as like the resurrection of our people. And sometimes like when you have talents, you like, okay, how can this contribute to in the resurrection? How can this like touch baby? How can this skill or talent that I have to be able to somebody to be a piece in the puzzle of the resurrection of people in regards to like seeking refuge? Because there have been times it's like when you like have to rely on the law, like you had mentioned about sometimes you get to the point like sometimes you might take a lot of losses.
Yeah.
And then you're looking and you're saying like and sometimes if you don't challenge that fear, and to have that faith, because we're told to not lose the faith in the law. And sometimes if you don't challenge it like that fear of those losses or loss of things, or some things might happen in your life. And I was thinking like how my mom, may Allah be pleased with her, she passed in 2017, and she would always tell me to write my poems and and all that, to work on a lot of the skills and things that I had. And so
And so you started doing that, right? Your mom said write your poems. She wanted you to be creative because she saw that as something that you love and your gift, and so you started doing that, right?
right, yes, ma'am. She told me that, like, she told me that all the time before she had passed in 2017. And so in 2020, I did like my 2 ebooks. I want to work on like making them physical, but I did like 2 Porsche ebooks.
Tell us about the
And
ebook.
you said the ebooks?
Tell us about it.
Yes, ma'am. The Porsche ebooks is like the title. The first one is Queen is I, and the second one well, I'm sorry, as far as the first Queen is I, because it was some years ago. It was like I think it was in 2000, and I had written the minister. I had written him a letter. It was, I gave him some of my poems, and in that letter he was telling me to keep writing the poems to touch the hearts of the people. Like I said, sometimes in life things happen, and so Allah is going to do what He do in His own good time. And so that is for
You have
and that
you have one short poem you can share with us?
um
Did I put you on the spot? Look, you gotta be ready, sis. Listen, Allah gave you all
I'm
this
ready.
talent, all this beauty. You're
Okay.
not a trophy. He like, come on, show the world.
Okay. I
Just give
have
us one short poem.
okay. Oh, I have so many.
Just pick
Okay.
one. Pick one.
I'm gonna pick one. Uh, this one is titled Queen is I.
I like the name. Queen is I.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on,
I also did some.
Queen.
I did some. Yes, ma'am. I also did some shirts titled Queen is I.
You got them?
But this one, yes, ma'am. They're on the site.
What's the site?
The site is. And I'm still working on that also because I want to. This site kind of have like little extensions, but I'm going to have. I'm still working on my other site, but I have it's Etsy.com. It's / shop, and then it's / again shop Queen is I. The shop QUEENISI.
Okay. While you say the poem, I'm gonna put that in the chat. Okay.
Okay. Okay. This poem is titled Queen is I. My throne has my name written in gold. Queen is I, fun size bold. My clothing consists of silk, cotton, and cashmere, beautiful scarves, drapers, diamond earrings on my ear, shoes made from the skins of reptiles, cornrows, curls, luscious hairstyles. Family life consists of my children, God, my children, Queen is I, sitting on the now, spread my wings and fly. Palace design with doorknobs made from ruby shining bright. Chandeliers in windows, sparkling from the sunlight. In a position to be rulers over the community nearby, bringing in the law for Queen is I. The finest foods, no swine, and drinking for high. For the only thing that uplifts this queen is I.
That's beautiful.
Praise be to Allah.
That is beautiful. The only thing that uplifts this queen is I.
I.
And so I hear you describing someone who is a civilized person, who enjoys the best and the finest in life.
Yes, ma'am.
That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to strive to, and it's a beautiful thing to know and walk into your queendom, your queenhood, if you will. It's beautiful, very beautiful, sis. Do you have any questions? We got about 10 minutes left. Do you have any questions for me that you'd like me to answer?
I think the questions I have for you is because I remember you were talking like a lot of like as far as like the business and everything. And it's like I guess like how long did it how long did it get you like to get to where the level you are now, and what were some of the kind of like some of the doubts and the fears that you had, or you also overcome in order for you to get like to the level that you are?
Well, it's a journey, sis. It's taken me my whole life, and I don't mean that to sound discouraging, but at every point in my life that I'm where my cumulative behaviors and thoughts and experiences and education have taken me. And then I'm continuing to work, like I said, studying every single day, looking for Allah in everything,
Right.
and using that to continue to build. It's like a ladder, right? You focus on, okay, Allah, what's my next best move? And then you go, okay, here's my next move and my next move. And so it's a journey. It's you never get it done. You just keep going. What are some of the doubts that I had? Man, there's so many, but here's a big one. Growing up, I was very, very sensitive. I'm still an extremely sensitive person. I was sensitive physically, and that I would, break out and have eczema. I had allergies, but then that also was just really a physical manifestation of the sensitivity that was going on inside my mind and in my heart. And I would feel things and feel myself being impacted by things. And I didn't like that about myself. I didn't like the fact that I was sensitive. Sometimes I would cry over the fact that I was so sensitive. And then at a certain point, I started to think, how can I translate this sensitivity into a skill? And so I started pouring my sensitivity into my creativity as a businesswoman, as a friend, as a Muslim. And just like they say we should have mustard seeds of faith, I said I'm going to have mustard seeds of creativity and mustard seeds of integrity, so that I can see details and pay attention to things that most people it would go right over their head. And so I started to use that in business and in my business meetings, where I would sit there, and because I was feeling and noticing and picking up on everything, I said, why not use that? Why not use it so that not only Allah can multiply it in me, but that's naturally who I am. I've been that way all my life. So as I'm sitting there in a meeting, I'm picking up on maybe things that aren't quite as right. And I'm figuring out how to strategize to move around it, or how to correct it, how to turn people over to my side. I'm sitting there looking at projects, if I'm doing construction or if I'm writing a book or writing a paper, what details can I focus on and put in that I'm automatically picking up? If I'm doing an interview, I'm picking up all kinds of stimuli, what other people are thinking, conversations about themselves. Instead of it being like chatter in the back of my mind, why not use that for the glory of God? And so when I started to take that talent, just like you took your graphic artist and your creative talent and transform that into a skill set that I could also learn to transfer to other people, but that I could also use to help other people. And so that was one of the biggest things that I had to work through. The sensitivity hasn't gone away. I'm still that same very sensitive person, but I now see it as a gift. And I started with a prayer right inside of mosque number 74. One day I'm sitting there in the audience, and I said, Allah, if you allow me to understand this gift, because as I was sitting there, I was picking up all kind of stuff. If you allow me, I will use it to uplift your name and for your glorification. And by the grace of Allah, I've been doing that in one form or another ever since. And so I tell people, take your talents, take what you don't like about yourself. Maybe it's something that's nagged you about yourself. See, part of the problem, sis, is that we don't know a lot about our ancestors and people that came before us. So while I may feel some kind of way about something on my physical body that I don't like, there's some queen or great person who came before me who had that too, who looked just like that. There's some queen or magnificent person that came before us that looks just like you. And so I think if you saw that and you said, wait, Queen Makita or Queen Nefertiti look like me, then you say, okay, I won't be so quick to dislike myself. So those are things that I had to work on. But my biggest issue, I would literally beat myself up over being so sensitive. And then I got to the point where I hated, absolutely hated the fact that I would get impacted by somebody else. But I had to learn how to say, what was that? Here's an opportunity to teach. Here's an opportunity to heal. Here's an opportunity to love. Here's an opportunity to embrace somebody that's going through something. Here's an opportunity to protect myself. So that's what I do. So sis, thank you for joining. Give me your website again, because I want everybody to go out there. Let's hold up the t-shirt. Get this t-shirt, because if you can't do nothing else, you might not be able to relate to the MGT and Vanguard cups, but you can relate to this shirt. Okay. Thank God for another opportunity.
Thank God, another day, another opportunity.
Thank God for another day and another opportunity. Get that t-shirt. Go to my sister's website. Give the website again, sis.
It's etsy.com/shop/SHOPQUEENISI.
Okay, now if you give your Instagram handle, will they be able to click the link in the bio and go shop with you?
Yes, ma'am. There's a link in my bio. My Instagram is Latasha Muhammad 77.
That's easy. Latasha Muhammad 77. Y'all go to Latasha Muhammad 77. Let's sell her out today. And it may not be that many people on here talking to us, but guess what? When they hear it over again, because we're going to repost, this is the hottest series on Instagram. I'm telling y'all might not believe it, but y'all better pay attention. Hottest series on Instagram, never been done before. Mind of an Entrepreneur series on Black Muslim businesses. Follow my sister at Latasha Muhammad 77 on Instagram. Click the link in her bio. Buy her out. Get you a coffee mug and a t-shirt. Okay? I already ordered mine. I can't wait to get it. I'm gonna be on Saturday morning coffee talk with my MGT coffee mug, that's for sure.
Praise the Lord. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. All praises due to Allah. Thank you again, sister. Please give the greetings and my home family, Mosque number 74. Give them all big hugs. Tell them I'm so proud of them. I'm so excited. I'm going to be visiting soon. So inshallah, I can come and see you all.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I sure will. I sure will let everyone know. Ma'am.
Yep.
You know what? This is my third live. I don't do too many.
You did a great job. You did a really great job. I love the poem, and thank you for promoting, and just keep getting better each and every way, every single day. You just keep sharpening things. It takes time. Just keep getting better. Better designs, better distribution, better and better and better. You have a lifestyle brand that promotes and supports our lifestyle. Be proud about that. You walk around, be excited about that. It makes sense, it's logical, and you can do it, and you deserve it.
Ma'am, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Assalamu alaikum, sis.
Alaikum salam.
Thank you, everyone. Peace and blessings.
All right.